I moved to Apple Valley because of the views and open space. When I look out my back door today, I see open space and a beautiful view of Smithsonian Butte and Angels Landing. Would I like that view to stay open space with no development? You bet. Do I think someday someone will build behind me? You bet. Because the guy that owns that property behind me probably loves the view as much as I do. Growth is coming to Apple Valley. Hardly a week goes by I don't get a call from someone who wants to build something somewhere. These calls usually start off as an inquiry regarding a specific parcel. So I look up what our general map plan is for that parcel to see if it lines up with the vision of the parcel owner. And then we discuss the process and ordinances they'll have to follow for their project to get approved. The mayor's job in most communities is to act as a liaison of the community. The mayor represents the residents, landowners, and ordinances of the community. He's also the guy most people with ideas for development want to talk to. He acts as a guide for both home builders and developers through the zoning and permitting process. This is what small town mayors do. If you call my cell phone, most of the time I'm answering it. If I don't answer it, it's because I'm busy, and I always return my calls. I also attend many mayor meetings. They've really opened up my eyes to a town's planning process and the importance of having a good general plan. They talk about what their needs will be in 10, 15, and 20 years into the future. Our general plan is dated, and most municipalities update their plans often based on their changing needs. A good general plan is a roadmap of what we want to put where. It might include low-density homes here, commercial over there. It's about looking at our open space and deciding today what we want to see there. It's not about filling in the open space or even trying to attract developers to our community. It's about deciding the type and density of those developments and where we want to have them. I had someone tell me recently, we should just say no to all these developers. We don't need any more lots in Apple Valley. We have plenty of lots available right now. We should keep everything open space. There's one small problem with this thinking. Unless you have the money to buy up all that property yourself, the state of Utah has laws that give property owners vested rights. If our general map plan says future residential for their property, then they can put in a subdivision if they want to. They have to solve a whole host of engineering, water, road problems to do this, but we don't have the power as a town to just say no because we don't need any more lots if it meets our general map plan. And if we do, we'll end up in court, and the state of Utah could be the one standing on the side of a developer. One recent example of a municipality thinking they could regulate property owner rights is the city of Springdale. They passed an ordinance in their town that said no chain restaurants were allowed in their community. They only wanted homegrown mom and pop type of restaurants. Someone wanting to put in a Subway restaurant sued them and won $2 million in damages. And the property owner got to build their Subway restaurant. I recently put a Main Street survey up on our town website to get feedback from the community about how you feel about growth, where you want it, and what it should look like. I had a vision for Main Street and wanted to share it with everyone. I've also called most of the people that responded to the survey to further the dialogue about the questionnaire to get additional feedback. I talked with many who agreed with my vision, and a few of you who really hated it. It was wonderful talking to everyone because this dialogue helped me to see how my vision might affect the homeowners, the landowners of this property, how they see the town, how too much overreach by the town could affect their ability to sell their property, how this could affect a potential buyer's ability to develop that property. When we make changes to our general map plan or our ordinances, there are real people on the other side of these changes that can be hurt. We have to consider them as well. This is their town too. I think it's important to reach out, listen, and see if we can find common ground on issues. I want to spend time getting feedback and listen to the community so we can modify our general map plan to match our collective vision. We have to start thinking out 10, 15, and 20 years from now of what we want Apple Valley to look like, or we'll have to take what we get because we didn't have a vision for what we want. I only want what's best for our community. And what is best for Apple Valley is always aligned with every decision I make. Thank you for listening.